I used to feel ashamed of the slow pace I took life at. It seemed with everything I did, everyone else was so much faster at completing daily tasks, or doing so much more, rushing ahead of the track, leaving me far behind. It's only recently that I realised this is not a fault of mine. It's just an aspect of my personality, and apparently a lifestyle with a name. Slow living is a lifestyle which encourages a slower approach to aspects of everyday life, involving completing tasks at a leisurely pace. Originally, this lifestyle came from the Italian slow food movement, which embraced traditional food production techniques in opposition to the emerging popularity of fast food in the 80s and 90s. In modern terms, we refer to slow living as consuming less, making intentional decisions and taking a slower approach to everyday life. There are a few ways I try to embrace slow living. I wake up earlier, enjoying the quiet of the morning at my own pace, before the rest of the world starts their busy day. I like to drink a cup of tea while I journal, watching the sun rise outside my window. Watching such natural phenomena is food for my soul, no matter how many times I've seen it. Lately, I've stopped using my phone in the mornings, refusing to check my notifications until 8 AM. I also don't use my phone 30 minutes before bed, preferring to read, and I'd eventually like to extend it so I have no phone use between 8 PM to 8 AM. Wish me luck. On days where there are gaps in the rain, I try to take some time outside in nature, even if it's just a local park, to enjoy the surroundings and gain some peace without distraction. I define what is important to me, and I've learnt to be okay with saying no to anything that isn't on that list. I try to be intentional about my time and make sure that everything I do feeds into the person I want to be and become. I don't buy new things that often and try to make use of what I have. Thrifting can be a cheap, sustainable option, which I occasionally enjoy, though if I'm completely honest, I don't like going into shops much in general, unless it's a bookstore. When I walk, I like to take my time and examine the details. Rushing ahead to the finish line has never made much sense to me, in a nature walk context anyway, and it always served to stress me when I should have felt refreshed and inspired. I also find filming as another method that helps me be more aware and enjoy my surroundings. Creating these videos has been good for me in that way. I don't rush when I cook, bake, or tidy up. I'd like to say that's intentional, but honestly that's just how I'm built. If the recipe says it will take 20 minutes, it will take me 40, or longer. I've learned to embrace that, and find ways to enjoy these tasks. Over the years, I've made sure not to lose my reading habit, despite the abundance of distractions available to me. In the past, I stopped using Netflix and YouTube altogether, getting all my entertainment from books. That's perhaps not as realistic for me now as it once was, as I learn a lot from watching YouTube videos, and I enjoy watching shows with people I love. I've learnt that there is always balance to be found in things, and I've certainly tried to embrace the Swedish philosophy of lagom in this. There are a few elements of slow living I'd also like to do more of since learning about it. Slow hobbies like gardening, learning an instrument, and creating art. Prioritising buying local over mass corporations is something else I'd like to do a little more of in the future. What do you think of the slow living lifestyle? Do any of these ideas resonate with you? Or very much the opposite? Let me know in the comments below. Before I understood what slow living was, I used to think it was anti-goals and anti-achievement, things I happen to value in life. But I've since learned that slow living and achievement are ideas that can support each other, because slow living is all about being intentional with your time and not wasting it. Since I started embracing a slow living lifestyle a few years ago, without even knowing its name, I've been much happier, and the progress of my novel much greater, because I prioritized it over things I didn't value. So I challenge you to take the time to ask yourself, what is truly important to you? What are things in your life that feed that part of you? What are things in your life that don't? A slow living lifestyle, it seems, is all about editing in what serves you and out what does not. What would you change? Until next time, farewell.